Okay, welcome back to Pass the Vibes podcast. Your host is back, J-Rod, and this episode, who do we have on the guest mic?
Yo, it's your man Junior Mint.
Junior? What the fuck?
I'm Junior Mint, bro.
I'm feeling like now you're coming up with these names after you like eat something or a holiday.
Nah, bro.
It's nothing.
Nah,
real.
bro.
The other ones were a couple of them were inspiring.
Bro,
something del Sol, like the son of the
El Hijo
sun.
del Sol.
Like that was cool.
Yeah.
Another one, Smash Adams, that was dumb.
Bro, why you hating? You constantly hate on Smash Adams, bro.
That's dumb. And now Junior Mint.
Junior Mint. I've been calling myself
Bro, you
that
should
for
call
years.
yourself a Reese's because you just put one in my fucking fridge.
I'm gonna eat that later, but nah.
You
I'm
know
Junior
what?
Mint.
All right, so you're Junior Mint. I'm just gonna call you Reese's Pieces for the next.
I would prefer you don't.
Nope. Okay, so I know you like to come up with these illustrious introductions because today we have another guest.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back guests.
So today on the Pass the Vibes podcast, we have a very special guest in the building with us. Somebody who we've both been rocking with for quite a number of years now. We met her back in 2012 during the Grand Toys R Us remodel / reopening.
I can't hold it anymore.
Yo, and proceeded to be her coworkers for a number of years. However, since leaving Big Jeffrey's brand,
I'm just watching.
She's gone on to be involved with a myriad of different topics. She has been a brand ambassador. She has been an host event. She has been a blog writer and editor. Has her license in makeup and cosmetology. So any ladies out there trying to get glammed up, hit her up because she'll serve you them looks.
I feel like he wrote this shit down, man.
Yo, there's no
script. This
is all off the top, all off the dome.
All right, I believe
She currently can be seen at your local dentist office, helping you guys.
Yeah, any dentist office.
Bro, we can't give the locations out. She'll be at your local dentist office, all while still finding time to model and run a YouTube channel. Most importantly, she's a proud mother of a young king. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our friend and yours, the lovely Miss Lady Jeanice.
Thank you.
Lovely
that was really
Miss
dope, that
Lady.
intro. I actually forgot half the stuff that I do. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
did some digging.
appreciate that. You're really my friend.
He redug some shit last night.
You're really my boy.
I didn't told you I'm an encyclopedia, bro. I have an amazing memory. I remember
Freestyle
everything.
Friday, what you mean? It's
Yeah,
on your mind all the time.
exactly, bro. Come on, you know how much storage I got up here in my mind?
Like 2 gigs.
Nah, it's a whole terabyte up here, multiple terabytes.
Oh, it's almost as much as my PS4. All right. No, I'll give it up for that intro. That was really nice.
Thank you.
It was very sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet. Thank you.
Very nice. But yeah, we're glad to have another guest on. Glad to have you on.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Wow. Yeah, I mean, like he stated, we all met in 2012. We were good friends at that time. Well, me and Shays, and then, when the batch of the new employees came to the remodeled the now closed Cherry Hill Toys R Us, Route 38, sad. Rest in peace.
So
I just
sad.
I remember seeing that batch. I was just like, who is that little exotic looking one over there?
I'm crying.
But for real, like out of everyone, it was just like there were just so many just young faces. And I don't know if you said something because I know that for us, you weren't there. You weren't there during
I wasn't back yet.
The opening meeting. But I remember the managers at the time, they went around to all like the quote unquote veterans, like the people who worked there for a year or more, to share a story. And my story, which I regret telling, I shouldn't have told this to new employees. Excuse me, I was definitely still stupid and young. But my story was how I've told you the story before, and I don't know if you remember me telling this story, how I almost died on like the stairs. So
yeah, I remember this.
I remember that.
Do you?
There was a second floor.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
That sucks.
Damn,
that
I'm
people
talking
remember.
about my memory, and she's over here remembering your
that's
random
not
ass
good.
story.
Listen, I used to get fried all
dude.
the time, and I still remember that. That's an
I'm
outstanding
so
story.
mad that I told that story because I think back at it now, older and more mature and like more aware that like I could be affecting people of what I tell them. So I go and tell a batch of like 20 new employees. Yeah, I almost died here, like just almost falling down the stairs.
I'm sure they got laughs when you told them though.
I don't remember.
I think they did.
I don't remember, but I know that the
day.
managers are probably like, "Why the fuck did he do that?" Like those stairs aren't even there anymore. But yeah, I remember that, and then just everyone had their own little, they all got spread out to different sections of the store to set up the store. And then I don't even know if I bumped into you yet. I feel like I bumped into you once the store opened as you were a cashier. But like,
I remember seeing you, and you were in one of the aisles.
Yeah.
It was like
probably bumping
the
Detroit, because Detroit was hot that summer.
It was.
Yeah.
Shout
What
out
the
Big
hell?
Sean.
Yeah.
What aisle was it? It was like the aisle from these cartoons and stuff.
Like the fan vault.
Oh
like
yeah, that was
I forget
near
the name of it.
That was near electronics.
But it was like, yeah, and I was like, who the hell is that? Like, I don't know why I looked at you like, who is that? But I was like, who is that? Like, I don't know. He looked different to me. You look different to me. I don't know why.
Ugly looking motherfucker. Like, is he black?
You were like kind of geeky. Like you had like a geeky vibe to you.
I was
Yo,
rocking my
he
Cuddy
definitely had
glasses.
to
But I
have them,
fucked with it. Like
them
I fucked
fake
with it.
ass big glasses.
Yes,
right?
you had those thick ass glasses. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
my Cuddy
I was
glasses.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't
But,
hate on my glasses.
I'm not
mister.
hating on them, bro.
Okay.
nah, it was like
hating
a
on them.
nerdy
You call them
vibe,
fake?
but I fucked.
They were fake. You can't deny that.
You trying to get my shit, man? Yeah, I know they're fake. Yeah, I know they're like $5.
They were fake.
Hell yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Hell no. Like his vision can't be that bad. Them things were
They
massive.
fake. It was. I was embody. Like at that time, I was just trying to embody everything that like Kid Cudi was. Like
Okay.
at
Honestly,
that time,
though,
he
I thought
was-
they were real, but
Nah, them glasses were actually like pretty fashionable at the time.
That's
Like
what I'm
everyone's,
saying,
everyone,
yeah.
everyone's rocking
wearing
around
the
them.
thick nerd glasses.
Yeah.
But, no, yeah, I was wearing them heavy, and then I switched it up, and then someone caught notice and was like, I like those glasses. I'm gonna start wearing them now.
Bro, I didn't giving you your props. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
just like reminding you.
You come through sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah, let's emphasize that sometimes.
Nah, but and
I feel like that was like low key a sneak this, but I couldn't figure out what it was
You
a
can't
sneak this to.
me. It's all right because I got stuff for days.
You do, bro.
Snap back real quick.
Hey,
Snap back like a flat back cat. I don't know.
bars.
Yeah, we do try to spit bars randomly to lo-fi.
No, I
hip-hop.
actually got bars, bro. I actually got bars.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I said we try to. Mr. Reese's Pieces does have bars.
Freestyle Friday, bro.
I don't. I just like to say random shit, whatever comes to my mind. But yeah.
I remember with you, for us, it took a while before we actually spoke to each other. Because I remember, like,
You don't speak.
yeah, you were hella shy.
I wouldn't say, like, I was shy. I feel like I just, when it comes to new people, I'm not the most outgoing person.
You need like an event to happen between two people.
Or it's
No,
like,
no, not in like a bad way. Because like between me and you, it was like Big Sean.
No, yeah, because it's like even with him, like as close as we are right now, like we started the same season, and I think it took like 5 months before we spoke to each
it was
other.
springtime. before
Yeah,
that.
it was.
For
It
real?
wasn't until spring. I used to think his name was Jordan for some reason. Bro, I don't
Did y'all
know.
work in the same department
No,
back then?
he was back at house.
Now, like first
Or
season,
on
I
the
was
floor.
sales floor. You were
Yeah.
electronics.
I was always electronics.
I can't remember if someone called him that, or if in my mind I just thought that this
Probably.
dude's name was Jordan. I remember one time I don't think I ever told you this. Like we were in electronics one time, and
Yeah.
it's like our first season,
Yeah.
and I think I needed help with something. I was like, "Hey, yo, Jordan."
Did I
Yo,
look?
Jordan. No, you
didn't
did.
look.
And I remember I was just like, it's like, yo, man, that dude's an asshole, bro.
I am, man.
Like I was like, yo, Jordan, yo, Jordan.
I wish I would have. I'm like,
I think I needed help. I think I needed help with like a TV or something, bro. And I'm just in my mind. I think I like tapped someone's like, man, like asshole over there won't help me out. Like, then I find out your name was Justin. I was just like, oh,
it would have been funny if like Vance was like right there, like, yo, dude, his name's Justin. Like that would make sense. Like Vance was just right there and nudge you.
bro, that dude was we've
Oh my
mentioned
God,
it before,
that dude
always
used to talk to
constantly making
everybody.
jokes. And I remember if you came up to me first or I talked to you first, but it's like after working the same shift so many times, it finally just like the conversation finally just like started.
I think I probably needed to talk to you for something. Probably.
Maybe.
Because at the time, I wasn't a person to approach people either.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't talk to me, I don't know. I just didn't speak. And people thought I was, like, stuck up because I didn't really speak to people. But it was more I was just shy. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk to somebody I don't know.
You were shy.
I never would have thought that.
Yeah. When I didn't really feel comfortable, like, I didn't really know the person, I really wouldn't talk to anybody.
That's kind of how I am, though.
But it wasn't because I was being, like, an asshole.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
like, you know, I don't know.
I feel like with me, it's like if I don't know you too well, like if someone were to introduce me, like if someone be like, oh, yo, this is my peoples or whatever, I feel like I'd be more inclined to start a conversation right then and there. But with coworkers or whatever, sometimes it's like, unless like I train you, unless we like just spark up conversation instantly, it kind of takes me a while for me to like warm up.
Same way.
And I think with us, it was just like we'd seen each other for like a year. Just like, I don't think we worked together that much, to be honest, though, like at first. But I do remember it was like, you know, we started working there like Saturday nights or something. And it's like after a while, we're just like, all right, like it was just bound. Like there were only like 7 of us working on certain nights, so it's like it kind of just developed like that, you know. But yeah,
the Toys R Us history, the TRU crew history, TRU crew. Yeah, I still got them. Oh yeah, I know you do. But yeah, I still got. I saw it because my pajamas were like in my one closet.
The shirts?
Yeah, I got my.
Of course, bro.
That last holiday shirt.
Can we speak about something?
What? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. What's on your mind?
Okay. I love Matt. I really do.
Matt, I didn't know.
Can I just say, when he used to make those birthday announcements, people used to think it was a female on the microphone, on the thing.
He had a way with his words.
Yeah.
And like I used to bust out laughing every
his voice.
single
time.
I
know.
Yeah. His voice, every single time. I used to just bust out laughing.
Happy birthday to like Like, but Matt, did we talk about this on the
low-key
episode?
think he used to scare people. Like
oh maybe. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Did we talk about
but
this?
But that's my boy though.
His janitor, how he started.
His started from the bottom.
We talked about it in the last episode.
He used to tell.
Yeah.
It was tell me all the time.
He literally, it was a started from the bottom story with him. Like we saw him as just the guy emptying trash, and then he became a supervisor by the time the store closed.
He was so pressed to be a supervisor too.
Yeah, bro.
He felt he was, but he was really pressed. Like he felt type of way when other people got promoted.
Oh yeah, he hated it. Yeah,
I remember he would tell me all this, like he vocalized that into
bad
existence.
Because he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
Or he was.
Oh yeah, he did.
He would always say like, man, my goal was like within 10 years to be a store supervisor at Toys R Us. So I remember when he finally
for a supervisor.
Yeah, no, manager. That's what I
like
mean.
a store. I'm like, bro.
Nah, but I remember I would tell him like, bro, like. I mean, I always respected it because it's like follow your passion or whatever.
No, yeah.
But I would always tell everyone like, yo, I feel like your potential is way better than just
Toys R Us.
A Toys R Us supervisor.
Oh, yeah,
it was always fun for us, but it's like, at the same time, it's like I don't think anyone viewed it as like our cap or our limit. You know what I'm saying? It was always just
I could see him working like a government position. No, sorry, not government. It's like a state position, like running like a DMV. I don't know why DMV just came out of my mind.
He's actually going to be a teacher.
Is he?
Yeah, I see him every once in a while. He works for the same agency I do, actually. We don't ever work in the same schools, but like I see him at Target from time to time, and he tells me about like the schools that he'll be subbing at or whatever. And like I started before he did, so I'll be dropping like advice or on him. But yeah, he's doing pretty good.
What is he trying to teach?
I think middle school or high school history.
He should stay middle school.
I mean, he worked like
high school kids would tear his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no. One of my best friends, Amanda. I mean, she knows how to handle it, but she works at Collinswood High School.
I went there. Yeah, shout out Collinswood High School. You always shout out Pissahicken. I gotta shout out Collinswood.
Yeah, she
2010, baby. All right.
She is.
Get your shout outs in.
No, I was just like, I just thought about it.
It just shows how old I am.
Yeah, she
we both older than you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, dude.
30, 29, and 28.
Yep.
So I'm right around the corner.
That's depressing.
Nah, bro, I said it before, bro. Age is just a state of mind.
Age is nothing.
So your birthday, your year is 89, 1989?
90.
90, okay.
Yeah, I'm 30 this October.
Big 3-0.
So you're not yet 30.
I'm 30 this year, yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Like,
so you're acting like you're 30 and you're still 29.
Bro, I feel like I'm 30 at this point.
How does 30 feel like?
What does it feel like? So
yeah,
I feel like, so number one, just to preface this, when it comes to birthdays, I'm not a big fan of birthdays. I hate my birthday. Like, I'm not a big partier for my. I don't like to celebrate my birthday. I like to celebrate other people's birthdays. Like hit me up. Like, I'll come out and support you. But when it's my birthday, I'm just like, I don't care about people celebrating like the day I was born 30 years ago. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But when it comes to 30, I feel like like that's like another quote unquote milestone. Like, cause it's growing up, it's like 18. Like, oh, you're quote unquote, you're an adult, you're a legal adult.
21.
And then there's 21, you can drink, and then you're waiting 4 years, 25, because you're just a quarter of a century year old. And the only thing relevant to that age is you can rent a car. Like, whoop-de-doo. And then 5 years go by, and then it's just like, oh, you're hitting a new decade at that point. And what do you celebrate? See, and like I'm like, what is the purpose of celebrating? And I know that we're on two opposite ends because you love your birthday.
Yeah, bro.
I hate my birthday.
I just appreciate getting the love from people on my birthday, bro. Like that makes me feel happy.
You got a big ego.
I mean, what are you celebrating? You're celebrating your life. Like a lot of people don't make it to C30, and you know
that is a way to
you
look
have
at
to
it.
think of it like that.
Celebrate every year because like you're not promised every year. So that is a good way to look at it. It's just with me and celebrating like something for me. I'm not a really big support me. Like I'm usually the supporter.
You've had some pretty good parties in the past, though.
Yeah, I mean my 25th was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a surprise. Like I didn't want one, but it was a surprise.
That ended up being a dope party.
It was funny.
It was fun.
John almost died. No, he didn't almost die. He almost choked on an ice shard. He took a shot that my best friend's sister made, and it had crushed ice in it. And one of the crushed ice wasn't crushed enough, so it was like a shard. And like she's very attractive, and so he's like trying to impress her, kind of not like to be like, oh, but he was just trying to like be cool about it when he took the shot. And I'm not clowning you, Zam, but it's just really funny. He knows it's funny. He took the shot. It was like a lemon drop shot, and I just remember taking mine. I was fucked up at that point, and someone else took it next to him, and then he took it. And I remember he didn't move his face. And I didn't know this until like a month later when he told me. But he was like, bro, like when I took that shot after, he was like, your friend's sister made it. He was like, dude, like there was like an ice shard that wasn't crushed enough and it was stuck in my throat. And I couldn't swallow it. And I was like, dude, were you choking? He was like, yeah, I was choking for like 10 seconds. And I was like, what? I was like, you almost died at my party? He's like, yeah, bro, but I was taking it for the team. I didn't want to be looked at like a bitch.
Yo, we should have asked him about that last week when
I know,
he was
I
here.
forgot, dude. That's why we're going to have him back on because I want him back on for his meme knowledge and shit like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he almost died at my birthday.
Well, luckily he didn't.
But 30, all in all, yeah, I don't see it different. I mean, life's gonna continue forward, but just to piggyback off of being 30 this year, I wanted to ask, and I kind of already told you, what is it like? Because I mean, I'm at the age where I thought I would have kids by now. I thought I would. I know mentally and just life wise, I'm not ready at all. It's still a possibility. But yeah, I used to think as like a kid, like a teenager, like, oh, 27. Like, you don't plan that shit.
I feel like that's also Hispanic culture.
You totally don't plan that shit. Yeah, you don't. I could tell you that right now.
Yeah, and so I'm like, now I'm just like, so like knowing that, like, you know, you just had your son last year and he's turning one next month.
Turning one next month. June 17th.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Oh shit, that's like 2 weeks.
Is it?
June 17th?
June 17th.
It's like 2.5 weeks.
For real?
Yeah, because today's the 24th.
I'm gonna cry like a baby.
Next Monday is the 31st. Next Sunday is the 31st.
Wow, time is just going quickly.
Oh, 3 weeks. So like 3 weeks. But yeah, so I'm just very curious, especially because, you know, we're born in the same generation. So to be a millennial mom, like, because I know parents differ from generation to generation. So I'm very curious on how it's been in the past year, because now you have a whole year under your belt of being a mom. And, you know, just doing it strongly on your own as well, too.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So being a mom, I always wanted to be a mom when I was like 18. Not even, I can't even say 18. I remember having a conversation with my best friend. We're still best friends to this day. And I was telling her like, oh, I want to have kids. I want to have kids. It was just always something that I just always wanted. I don't know. And she actually ended up having kids before me, and she has 2 girls now. One of them is 4. Her birthday was just the other day, actually.
Okay.
And the other one is my goddaughter. Her birthday was a month before that, and I believe she was turning 2. So it was kind of weird to come to her and tell her I want kids, and then her be the first one. Not that it was a competition or anything, but I just kind of expected me to have kids sooner than what I did. But I'm so thankful that I had my son when I was 27, because like, we used to party all the time.
The maturity level is just at a whole nother level. And like I said earlier, like from the time that we met 8 years ago, we've gone through at least 3 different personalities. Like all 3 of us. Like we've
for real.
Different stages of like who we are as people. So I mean, you know, that definitely does make sense. And that's why, like, for some reason 27 always stuck out in my mind. I was like, oh, 27, I'll be okay. Like, no, I'm not okay.
I don't think I know you said you're not really ready, and I respect that honesty, but I honestly don't think anybody is ever really ready.
That's true.
That.
I agree with that. I do agree because, like I said, you can't plan. You can't plan it.
No, for real. So that was me. Like my whole life, being young and like not knowing that much that I know now. I was like, all right, by a certain time, I want kids, I want a husband, I want this, that, and the third. Yeah. And I think a lot of that stemmed from me having both my parents together, raising me and my brother. So I always kind of had that belief, like, all right, I need a husband, or I need a man, and then I need kids and whatever. I just plan everything out. That's the thing you cannot do in life. And I totally got humbled when when I got pregnant, because that wasn't expected at all. It just kind of I'm not saying obviously I was being the safest person, but it wasn't expected. So doing it on my own, it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's times where I break down because it's like, this isn't what I wanted.
You didn't. Because you never really have that definitive picture of like where you're at right now.
Like I was telling you, like I was a person who used to plan everything. So for it to not go accordingly, I was like, fuck, like. I just kind of felt like everybody, I guess, in my family was looking at me like a type of way, because I don't know, I put a lot of pressure on myself. So
yeah, and I feel like
it's like you have to have this and you have to have this, and I didn't have all of that.
And I also feel like that's not even like necessarily like your fault. I feel like that's just a part of our generation as a whole. We like to do that. I feel like the millennial generation, we like to just keep putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves because we're looked at to succeed from our parents. Yeah. And when we feel like we don't do something the correct way that we were raised to do it, or how we saw it, or how we were perceived to look at it, like we feel like we're failures. And then that's why, it's all of the, the mental health issues, it's just, anxiety, depression, and just like all of this stuff that like is just on crazy spikes in for us, or for our generation as a whole. And and it sucks because I feel like you shouldn't feel like you did it like the wrong way. It's just like the way that you're doing it is your way. I mean, your son is still healthy. He's gonna grow up to be a good kid. I mean, so I feel like you're doing it. I mean, if anything, the way that you're doing it, as long as like you feel like it's the right way. That's how I've been trying to move my life forward. Like with things that I'm doing, if I think it's the right way, I'm gonna do it. If I make a mistake, I'm making a mistake. Learn from it. There's a quote that I like to. That's on my phone actually. It's called "Failure is data," and you just got to look at failing as like, okay, I'll just put that in the notes, and then I won't do that shit again. That's it. That's just how you move forward. But
as being a mom, I love it. I really look at, like you said, like I don't look like I had a baby before we started this, and I know I don't.
Not at all.
And
just like my sister, she doesn't look like she had a kid.
And to be honest, I don't, like, in a lot of ways, I feel like I did have a kid, because to be honest with you, after giving birth, like that just changed everything for me. Literally, after I gave birth, I felt like a whole new woman. Like I felt like a woman at that time.
Yeah, reached like a level.
Because I'm sitting here pushing. It was like an hour. They were saying how the average is like, I think about the same time or something. And then I hear of stories that women have been in labor for like 12 hours plus. So I think I got really blessed.
I think my sister got even more blessed. Yeah. She set like a record.
For real?
At the hospital she was at. I think she was in labor for like under a half an hour.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like actually like pushing. Yeah. Like, boop, and then my nephew came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got lucky.
That changed me completely. Like
I can imagine. Jesus.
The whole experience of getting pregnant. First of all, I didn't even think I could get pregnant. Don't know why, but
you're like, nah, I'm good.
I just really didn't think. I had it in my head that I couldn't get pregnant. I don't know. So then I got pregnant. That was a surprise. Then through the motions, the baby kicking, the baby growing. Yeah. Then I had dreams and stuff about how would he look like, this, that, and the third. And then when he finally came out, like I couldn't even ask for anything more beautiful.
And it's that. And did you have that, like that instant like cry?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I waited a few minutes. I didn't instantly start crying. Like, his dad started crying. My mom started crying.
I know I'm crying.
Because they were both in the emergency room.
My dad passed out when he saw me. Yeah, he passed out. Aww. They needed a smelling salt to wake him up. My dad. He passed out.
My son's dad, actually, I'll give him props for just like holding my leg up, I guess. If that's doing something. when I was pushing the
I was gonna make a
out.
joke, but I'm like, no.
Hold on, when
don't
I was
do it.
pushing the baby out, that didn't sound right, but
Don't do it.
Yeah, that was
do it.
too easy.
Don't do
he,
that was
I
an
don't
easy
know
joke.
what he saw, and I don't ever want to like.
Ask him. Yeah, don't
I
ask
mean,
him
I
what he said.
asked him. I
Oh,
was
you
like, "Isn't
did?
it disgusting?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "What?"
Bullshit.
Like, yeah.
Bullshit,
So,
dude. We've all seen that video in hell.
Oh God. But that's why
that.
I'm like, nobody better record any of that shit because that'll have everybody's head. This is not that type of
He
time.
just has his phone like.
Right, low key. But no, I love it. I love being a mother. My son is so beautiful, and maybe I am just saying it because he's my son. But it's crazy because like it's just crazy how we're fucking aliens. Because how the hell can we have another
We're aliens.
another life inside of us, and then like I birthed him, and now he's getting so big so quickly, and I'm just looking at him like, damn, I gave birth to you.
Like, you're mine.
Yeah, like it feels so surreal, and that's my little best friend. I love him. He's so silly. And another thing that's crazy is he's not even one yet, and he has such a personality.
Oh yeah.
He's so freaking silly.
Yeah, because I haven't seen my nephew for a minute because of COVID and everything.
Yeah.
But he's now 6 months, and my sister she posts like little IG stories of him, and just seeing him now, like now, my mom and my sister will send me pictures of side by sides of what he looks like and what I look like when I was a baby, and it's crazy.
It's like low-key.
I'm like,
like your baby.
I'm like, what? And that's what like I make sure like, in the one thing I posted because she posted something about the podcast. I put like my nephew. I don't want people to think like,
It's your
Justin
son.
has like some illegitimate child. Just
Right, like on some Drake shit.
But he claimed him now.
Now he's claiming
It
him.
took him some time.
God, you see that baby though?
I'm sorry, but
I haven't seen
that
the
baby
picture
looks
yet,
nothing
no.
like him.
That baby looks crazy.
His child looks
His
nothing like him.
that's a French woman, because Sophie Burr or
Porn
whatever.
star.
Yeah, ex porn star, French something. Drake, he's Jewish, black, all this other shit. So it makes sense that it just came out like genetically enhanced looking, but that's a beautiful baby. But
Yeah, he's gorgeous. He just doesn't look like
blue,
he's
the
Drake's.
blue.
Yeah,
He has blue
he
eyes.
doesn't
You
look
see
like
it,
Drake.
right?
Yeah.
The curly hair, the curly bouncy hair. That's probably from his mom. Well, I mean, Drake had a fro when he was a kid. But my nephew, he looks like just like a more chocolate version of me.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what it's crazy. Like the same like curly hair as like a baby too, chunky.
I have a question.
I was chunky
So like,
shit.
you know how when people have kids, I guess especially our generation, we post a lot like on. I'm not even gonna say we, like I'm a part of it. I'm not
No,
yet.
you're
but like,
part of the generation. I get what you're saying.
but not like I mean like I don't have kids yet or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know how like you'll be posting stuff online and everyone always sees like the good things about motherhood and all that. What has been the hardest thing for you personally to deal with, like raising a son? Because it's like everyone always has like, it's like when they talk about your kids like, oh, he's doing great, but we all know it's like behind the scenes you probably got some sleepless nights. You probably have like
wow.
what has been the biggest like obstacle for you personally, like raising your son thus far?
For my as for my child, or like just the whole situation? Because
Both.
Well, the whole situation, I'm not like gonna lie, like that. Just the whole situation has been hard because I wish I had somebody. At least, all right, we don't have to be together. That's fine, but like at least like step up and do what you got to do, because we didn't. I didn't sit here and get myself pregnant.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, it's totally a 50-50. And I didn't sit here and get myself pregnant. We both decided to do that. So, step up and just do what you have to do. And I feel like it's always excuses for everything. But that's just somebody that I can't change. So I just, you just got to accept it and just move forward, which it was really hard in the beginning. Because it's like I was just trying to, why can't you be like this? And, whatever. But you can't change people. As far as my son, the hardest thing is getting harder. Him listening to me trying to put a freaking diaper on him because he doesn't even lay down anymore. Like he's just always into everything. He wants to get up and move. So it's a whole task just to put a diaper on him, as well as sleeping. I swear I was going to sleep, for example, today, and I woke up early as hell because he decided he wanted to get up at 6 a.m. So I woke up to get him milk. Of course, he passes out, and I'm just laying there like, all right. So I'm not sleep deprived, but yeah, I haven't slept as much as I used to, and I miss it.
Yeah, I feel like, because I mean, there's these podcasters that I watch, and they talk about like their parenting life. their kid is like now 2, and this is like what I highly agree with, and I used to say this to people, like if I was to ever have kids, I'm like, damn, why can't I just have a kid pop out at like age 4? You know what I'm saying? Because like, and this may sound wrong, but it's just how I thought about it. I feel like obviously babies are human beings. They have life. But I feel like babies, and this is just coming from a person who doesn't have kids and, you know, and just sees it from the outside and not being a parent. Babies aren't people yet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not saying that like...
No, they're not.
Like you don't exist. They're not people. They don't have like a personality. Well, you just say your baby. They do have a personality. They don't have like...
They need a lot of guidance.
Yes. You know, obviously they can't take care of themselves.
Right.
So that's why I feel like they can't communicate, obviously. You know,
that's another thing that's hard.
And you don't know what they
really like. He talks a lot, but I don't know.
You don't know what he's saying. He's just literally the first thing that hits his
literally baby language all day.
The first thing that hits his brain, that's what he's just gonna spit out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, like I want to, like if I ever had a kid, I can't just be born at like age 3. You know what I'm saying? Where they're talking, walking, and kind of not fend for themselves. Obviously, you're gonna be taking care of them forever, but like. They know how to be like, all right, I know where that is, or all right, I know how to go to the bathroom, or all right, like, can you give me that, please? Not like, all right, my brain is telling me to cry because that's what I need,
you're frustrated.
and you know, obviously sleepless nights because they don't have like a set schedule. It's just whenever their brain tells them to wake up, they'll wake up.
And he pops up too. Like he'll go like this, like he'll just pop up. At first, of course, you know, he was too little to do that, but like now he just gets right up. Like he wasn't sleeping for the past 8 hours.
Is he close to walking?
Yeah, it's so close to walking. He's crawling everywhere. He was so scared to crawl on the actual floor. He crawled on the bed for a while, and now he's walking with us.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I could tell he definitely wants to walk. That little boy wants to do everything.
He wants to run.
And he wants to run.
He's gonna be a star athlete.
I know. I feel like he will. Or he loves music, so definitely it's gonna be something with music. Like anything that comes on, he's just rap, whatever, normal, like whatever music, classical music, whatever. Like he's just vibing to it.
Did you ever put like headphones in your stomach?
I didn't, but I used to listen to different things. So
like what? What was like your favorite thing listening while being pregnant?
Everything positive, cause like I guess like R&B. I listen to a lot of that.
I feel like Shay's smile just fucking
lit. I listen to R&B a lot. I mean, when I was with his dad, like his dad does music as well, and he like raps and stuff. So I mean, that was just there. I am a fan of hip hop as well. Spanish music a lot because my family, that's all they listen to all day. Like that's all they listen to. So he's familiar with that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I love him, and I don't feel like you should want them to come out. No, I get where you're coming from because it's frustrating, but the whole process.
I'm just being like lazy.
I was gonna say the same thing too.
Lazy.
So like, I honestly do feel like babies do have like they are aware, bro. Like
they're very aware.
They're
aware
than
you think.
But like,
they
you know what
tell,
I mean about being a person.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but kind of like what Lady was saying too. Like, I feel like when I have kids, like as hard as it is, it's kind of like. At least this is for me personally. I always appreciate the struggle or the process of before you actually get to like your finished goal. Yeah, and it just feels more fulfilled, and knowing that like you started with them like when they were just so tiny, and then seeing the progression, like that's kind of like the same thing I've learned with getting older, right? Like I feel like everyone would say like if there was an age that you could be stuck in, everyone would say like probably like 25. No. If I could be 25 forever,
no.
Really,
nope.
But I mean, like, as far I
think I would like to be this age because I'm so much more mature.
Yeah, the brain isn't fully developed.
I'm talking about like physical, like you know, like if your physical appearance, whatever. Like everyone, a lot of people will say like 20. Yeah, like we'll say 25 or whatever.
I would say 20, 28.
I would say this age that I am 28 because I still look like a baby. So
28.
But I just feel like as you get older, though, it's like you're older age wise, but you're so much more mature and wiser mentally than you were when you were younger. And it's like you could look back. Like, I think all of us could look back at our former selves and be like, man, like what were you thinking?
You're
like
a fucking idiot.
That's me every day. Yeah. What the fuck was I doing?
That's what I would tell myself. You stupid shit.
I used to like randomly, not all the time, but I would
I'm curious.
At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still really good friends with him to this day. We've been friends for 6 years now. I met this boy at a club, right, in freaking Philly. Like,
Of course, it's Philly. No other place.
that's my
Jersey.
people's. He's from Delaware, so I remember one time we just decided, like, we met at a freaking club, and then we just decided to go to Delaware. Like, I don't know what the fuck was out there.
The
but
nothing state.
I was like,
there's
all
nothing on
right, let
Delaware.
me just go. Like, it's chill out there. It's so chill. That's
Smells
what I
like shit
like.
out there.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
What part of Delaware?
Go
do you
over
live in?
the bridge, and you'll start smelling like
That's the
fucking
bridge.
trash.
I've only been in Delaware
That's
once.
the
I went to
bridge.
Rehoboth Beach.
Yeah, I went to Rehoboth Beach.
It was alright.
It was lit, but
Delaware has a beach.
it does.
But
But when I went, there was blood everywhere.
What?
at the beach,
It was like a shark I think it was like a shark or something. They were saying it was a shark that was dead, and
Nah,
there was just
something got
blood
murdered.
everywhere.
Something got
Yeah,
murdered.
something popped off.
it's weird though, because like in my experience
For
in
sure.
Rehoboth Beach, there were actually not that many minorities in where the part I was at,
Bro, it's Delaware.
and the water
It's
was
the first state. You think there's gonna be any minorities there?
and the water was dirty.
Yeah,
It was-
it's near the Delaware River. Come on now.
I mean, look, man, it was alright, but I'm just saying, like, there are better beaches out
Did
there.
you try to dive in and you were just like, what the fuck is this like trash bag?
I mean, compared to Jersey,
No, I'm talking about like
I don't know which one's worse. Like Jersey's
Jersey
fucking dirty
beaches,
as
nah,
fuck.
shout out Cape May. Cape May is beautiful.
Cape May is beautiful.
I love.
I have
Cape
to
May.
go to Cape May
Cape May
because
Yeah, you need to.
I just went to their zoo, and their zoo is trash to me.
I mean,
But we're
compared
not
to
gonna
Philly,
get,
like,
we're
yeah,
not gonna
but-
get into.
I went there. It was okay.
yeah, I remember it was
Compared
alright.
to Philly, I'm used to going to
yeah,
Philly,
yeah.
so it's like going there is just like.
I'm so
what the-
mad I
what
didn't
is
get to
this?
go to the San Diego Zoo, and I was right there. I could have went twice. And
I went to San Diego. I
When?
love San Diego.
San Diego's my place, yo.
Never
When
been
did
to
I
the West
go? I
Coast.
went in 20. What year are we in?
We're in 2025.
I went in 2017,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I went there. I love San Diego. It's my favorite. I went there. I went to LA. I also went to San Francisco. And LA, because just the mix of everybody. And
I heard San Fran's whack.
San Fran is kind of,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. Like the scenery is gorgeous,
Yeah.
but
But I hear there's a big homeless problem, and it's not even that good.
I heard about that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
No, for
I
real.
would still
It's
go.
just
it
a
wasn't
no-go.
my
I would still
favorite. It
go.
wasn't my favorite, but my top was definitely San Diego. It's just fucking beautiful. Like it
Yes,
looks like
it
Toy Story when
does.
you look out the. I remember I was in the car with my boy. He was driving, and I look out the window. I was like, "Yo, it looked like Toy Story." Like clear blue sky, clouds, perfect weather.
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
beautiful out there. I belong out there. I don't know why I'm in Jersey.
I can confirm that. They're all very pretty.
Gorgeous Mexicans is all gorgeous.
Yeah, there's
Everybody's
actually
gorgeous.
a lot of Hispanics. There's a big Hispanic.
There's no Puerto Ricans out there. I don't think.
Yeah, no. They
They're all
probably
like
thought I was-
on this coast.
They probably thought I was black anyway. I was right on the bayfront next to the San Diego Convention Center.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So it was just like, and
Is that what they call the bay? Like, where's the bay?
Yeah,
No, that
it's
is
right
San
next to the
Francisco.
bay. Yeah,
Yeah.
next to the
Okay.
bay. Yeah.
Okay. I always wonder, like,
But yeah,
where
San
is that?
Diego, the Bay. Yeah, because I stayed at this
Bay Area.
hotels on the Bayfront. That's what the Hilton Bayfront. That's what it was called. But yeah, I fucking loved every time I was out. I was out there twice this year and once last year. But yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back to Portland, not Portland.
Seattle.
Seattle. I love how you remember the places I went to and I don't.
Encyclopedia, bro.
Encyclopedia. Your nickname should be the Encyclopedia.
Maybe for one of these
Junior
episodes.
Mint.
Yeah, it's Junior Mint. for
Where's
this
Junior
one.
Mint?
It's recent.
Actually, they're actually good. I love Junior Mint.
They are pretty tasty.
Where you get that from?
Don't do that.
I'm crying.
It's just off the top of my head, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Sometimes
okay,
when the
off the
universe
dome.
bestows nicknames on you, you have to accept it. And Junior Mint just so happens to be one of them.
Junior Mint. Mother
God.
Goose.
So-
I was crying when I heard Mother Goose.
Oh my.
He said, "Don't disrespect Mother Goose." Real serious.
Well,
Mother Goose.
as you told us, you had some questions for Mr. Junior Mint over there.
Oh yeah, Mr.
For being
Junior
a,
Mint.
you know, in his profession, which is a very noble profession, also working with kids. I mean,
I'm multi-talented, bro.
The only thing that I worked with kids was Toys R Us, and I barely even worked with them. I would be like, "Where's your parent at? I want to talk to them. Let me talk to them."
Oh wow, my shit got blown real quick. I'm gonna just tell this story. It was at Toys R Us.
Yo, we all have one. We
True
all have
stories.
We all have these true stories.
TRU stories, true stories.
Wow,
Volume 2.
I love that. There was a little Indian boy, and
I love it already.
I was so mad because I had to, mind you, at the time I wasn't a mom or anything, so I had to like actually physically get him. He was about to cross the street, and God forbid a car hit him or something. Yeah, because his mom was nowhere to be found, and then I had to go physically get him, hold his hand. He didn't know who I was, so I don't blame him for not wanting to hold my hand. I brought him inside the store, and then all of a sudden his mom comes out of nowhere. Like, all of a sudden you're claiming your kid. Why are you not, you know what used to piss me off? Why are you not keeping an eye on your kids?
Oh,
How
they
old was
normally
he?
always lost their kids.
I don't know, like 5, 4, like
Parents
6,
always
around
just
there?
lost
4, 5,
track
6?
of their kids all the time.
I don't
Because, I mean,
understand, bro. How?
They would just like, especially because I would see kids just roaming around in electronics, and then they would be
All
like,
the
"Can you
time.
unlock this door?" This one, I'll never forget. This one kid went in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm like, "Yo, you're like 7. I can't do that for you." I'm like, "Where's your parent?" And then it wasn't his parent. He was with his aunt, and his aunt was hammered. Like, I smelled alcohol around the corner, and he was like, "This is the game I want." And she was like, "Is this what you want?" And then I'm like, "Oh my gosh," she's just gonna be like, "Yeah, just have this game that has like sex and violence in it." Like, yeah, all right. Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I want Grand Theft Auto 5." And she was like, "Yeah, can you get Grand Theft Auto 5?" And I was like, "All right, whatever." I mean, that's a sale for the store, but that's gonna impact his life pretty fucking.
Right. I mean, but look who his guardian is. I don't know if that's his
Well,
guardian,
yeah, no,
but-
that was his aunt. He was like, "Oh, he's an aunt." Like, can you like, I need.
That's what's
I
wrong
want
with the
Grand Theft
world. That's why kids are messed up now.
Auto. Kids are fucked up.
But as
Speaking
far
of kids.
as far as asking what happened, you had a story.
No,
Oh.
no. Speaking of kids, I know you wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, how do you like being a teacher? How did this come about? Because you're really a sweetheart, and I could see you doing this, but I was surprised in a way.
You little sweet little junior mint. You little sweet junior mint.
Nah, so
I'm gonna throw my mic.
So how it came about, I guess like teaching has always kind of been in play or like an option for me. In a way, kind of even like runs in my family because like my mom's been a teacher my whole life. Like she's been in Camden for 30 years, over 30 years.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah,
bro.
shout out my mom.
For real. Hold on now.
My dad started out in business, but then he transitioned to education. My uncle's a teacher. Even like my cousin in Guatemala is a teacher. So I have a lot of family members that have like taken down that profession. So like I remember when I started college, I didn't want to go at first, even though my grades were always good, because my dad always like made it emphasis, like he always made it a point that me and my brother had to have good grades and everything, right? So I was always good at school, but I didn't really know what I wanted to go to college for. And it's like even when I graduated, like yeah, it was a huge accomplishment, but like with him, for example, with J-Rod, like right, he wanted to go to school for marketing, and it's like it took you. Well, initially it was like computer science, but when you switched over to marketing, you had a goal in mind, like I wanted to be in this field.
I figured it out. Yeah.
A lot of people like. Some of them are lucky enough to have that mentality when they go to school and they're able to actually do something in that profession, but like another half of the people, like they don't even end up doing anything what they went to school for.
That's true.
So with me, it was like I chose to do history because I was always good at it in school, but it's not like I had like a driving passion for it. You know what I'm saying? It was always kind of like I like it, I'm good at it, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. So like going to school was kind of just like a promise I'm like fulfilled to my parents. But then it's like when I graduated, I was kind of in that in-between zone. All right, what am I going to do next? So I spent like a year working at Toys R Us only. Then I eventually got a job at Loomis, which was like completely different than retail. It was cash management, but it still wasn't what I went to school for. And I mean, that was dope in itself. Like I'm really fortunate for that. But it got to a point where I was just like, all right, like for me, and they say, you're big in astrology?
Mm-hmm.
So like
as far as like zodiac and
yeah,
stuff,
and like horoscopes and all that.
I'm very spiritual.
So like I'm a Taurus, right? And they say that Tauruses don't like change, and that's kind of like factual, right? Because once I'm comfortable in an environment, it's hard for me to leave. Like I'm a loyal guy, and it's like with Loomis, it's like I was cool with everyone there. Like all my friends were there. You know, shout out Tina, shout out Serge. Those are some of my best friends now, and I met them there. Like my ex-girl was working there, and we were working together. The money was good, everything was good, but it was just kind of one of them things where it's like after a while, I'm like, yo, I feel like I could be offering way more to the world with my personality.
You grow out.
Yeah, than just doing like the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
So I finally decided to get my certification to like sub. So I ended up, and I remember like my first year subbing, I was all over the place. Like I was at 13 different schools. I like you said, I shout Pennsauken. I'm very proud to be from Pennsauken. Always proud to put that out there. But at the time, Pennsauken wasn't using the agency that I work for, and I'm not a big fan of like driving far away. So half my time was in Camden, half my time was in Cherry Hill. I didn't do high school, but all grade levels I was at, pre-K through 8th grade. Some days were extremely hard. I wanted to leave. Like, you guys remember like when you had subs in school, how the mentality was like, oh man, we about to go crazy.
We
Like,
about to roast
milk him or her.
yeah, it was like, you already know, like that's the age everyone, like no one gives a fuck. They pull their phones out. And I worked with, like I said, I didn't get to high school, so I'm sure I don't know how that would have gone.
They would have fought you. No.
But it's like maybe at like Camden High or something. But
Probably so, yeah.
But it's
They're
like
reckless.
they don't have, when you walk into a classroom as a sub, you don't have the respect of the kids, no matter what age they are. They don't know who you are, and it's like in their eyes, it's like, all right, we're just gonna go crazy. And I had those days where I just was like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I would be in like a 5th grade class and I'm like, yo, these kids are wild, because at the end of the day you're in there with like 20 something kids who aren't yours, who don't know you, and you're trying to control them. And let's call it like it is. Camden, Cherry Hill, two very different environments. And honestly, I had struggles in both of them too. Like I'm not here to say like, oh, this one's better than the other. Like they were struggles in their own way. But after that first year, I worked a lot with kindergarten and 1st grade, and I always knew I was good with younger kids. But like after that kind of solidified it. Like I got along with the younger kids way better than I got along with the older ones. Just as far as like, because when they're younger, they're still sweet, like
they're very impressionable still.
They still want to give you hugs. They still want to make you feel, not for real.
Affectionate, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 4th graders or whatever. As you get older,
I'm laughing because it's like he loves the love.
No, for real, bro.
Yeah.
But like kids want to be like, once you get to middle school and everything, everyone wants to be cool. That's the age where everyone's an asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I was when I was in middle school. I feel like everyone kind of is in some way at that age. But like I knew I like younger kids. Like I like working with younger kids better and everything. And I was like, all right, this is cool. How I ended up in preschool though was like when my 2nd year coming back. Since my mom works in Camden, like I said, I was all over the place. So there's a school named ECDC, the Early Childhood Development Center. Whole school is preschool and kindergarten. And I remember asking my mom about it. You know about that school? She's like, take a job there. Like, it's good. And I had done preschool a few times before. They always said it's the easiest because, like, in preschool, you're never by yourself. There's always, like, a teacher and a paraprofessional who's, like, the aide. So I took the job, and they put me in the gym the first day. And I was like, man, I really like this. I'm like, this is cool. Second day, they put me in another classroom, and then 2 days turned to 3, 3 days turned to 4. And eventually, they asked me, like, yo, do you want to be in the school the whole year? And I was real hesitant at first, because, like I said, I'm a loyal guy. And being able to establish relationships with some of the kids I had my first year, part of the beauty of it was I was looking forward to it. I'm like, all right, now I know these kids. Like, things, because it's like, there would be certain classrooms I would take, like, a week at a time. And the more time they spend with you, the more respect you would get. And them kids know, like, everyone thinks that little kids don't know, but, like, they know when you're being genuine. They know when you actually care about them.
They really do.
And I was always in a unique position because in elementary school, you never see any male teachers, right? Like, if you really think about it.
You really do. And I remember I had a male teacher in elementary school. He was a 6th grade teacher. That was the cutoff.
Yeah.
So we were already older. Yeah, I agree. It's usually women.
So, like, you always see males, like, in high school, middle school, and the ones you do see in elementary are always, like, in the gym or music or art. Like, you don't have any classroom teachers. So, me being a male, me being a minority, me being young, and me being part of, like, the hip-hop culture, I guess you could say, just, like, the way I would dress and everything, I had a different vibe to me, and I think the kids, like, noticed that right away because I was just different. I talked different. I looked different than their teachers they were used to. And it's like, I always, if they left lesson plans or whatever, I would, try and get the work done. But I also made it a point to, like if they were, having quiet time or whatever, I'd go up to them and be like, oh, I like your shirt. Or, and then they would always get surprised, like when I would drop hip-hop references or video game references. Like, how do you know this? I'm like, yo, I'm older than you guys, but I'm still, like, relevant. I'm culturally relevant to what you guys are.
I'm still with the shit.
Yeah, bro, for real.
He's still down.
But it's like, and I think, like, some teachers didn't know, like, other ones that didn't know about me, like, they would see how the kids react to me. Like, I would be in the same school, and they would be like, yo, what's up, Mr. Eddie? Giving me daps in the hallway. I would play basketball with them at recess. I'd be chilling with them in the cafeteria, and all the other teachers would look and be like, I don't think they understood why these kids gravitated towards me so much. but it was because I was like, you know, I actually cared about that. I didn't like.
Yeah, you're genuine.
Yeah, I always was like.
You're not like stuck up, like, oh, whatever. Like, you put yourself in their shoes, and that makes people more relatable to you.
For sure. So then it's like I was looking forward to that, like continue to grow with my kids. But then I remember like the vice principal at the preschool was like, I think you'll really like it here. Like she was offering me a bunch of stuff, and even then I was just like, man, I can't take this, turn this offer down, like more money, but good hours and stuff. But then it's like I was hesitant, but I ended up falling in love with it. Like them little kids are like, yo, especially in Camden too. Like I always rep Pennsauken, but like my roots are in Camden, and I always found a way to end up back in Camden. Like whether it was like me going to my ex-girl's house, going to college there, and teaching there, was like there is a different vibe when you're in a Camden school, you know, and some people that don't know about it will instantly have a negative perception about it. It's like, oh man, that's, you know, you're in the hood. Because like where I'm at, it's right near Camden High in Southside Camden, ECDC. And it's like some of my kids, it's like, yo, they don't like, let's call it like it is. Like a lot of them, kind of like in your situation, you know, like you have a lot of single mothers there. Some kids don't have male, like it's crazy because I am the male figure in some of their lives. Like and this just goes to what I was saying earlier. There are only 5 male teachers in that whole school, including myself, compared to like 70 female teachers. So, and the kids that already don't have male figures, it's like I'm that figure to them. So it's just like, you know, I've realized that I have a greater purpose than just to like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I found my joy in that too. Like everyone I talk to, they instantly see how like passionate I am about this. And I've been lucky to be in special areas. Because like I said, I've been music this year, gym last year. I get a chance to know all the kids personally. And it's like, yo, and it's weird because it's like some, like the music teacher I work with, she says that like, I'm not their teacher. She said I'm more like their friend. And like the kids kind of look at me like that too. Like she even asked him like, is Mr. A your teacher or your friend? Like, oh, he's our friend. Because it's like, I'm very active. Like I'm actually in dramatic play, putting a little hat on, eating the pretend
I could see that. I could totally see that.
I'm in the art table drawing hella pictures of SpongeBob and Mickey Mouse because they asked me for it. I'll be reading them stories with the wacky voices. And it's like I sit, like sometimes I eat lunch with them. Like if they have an extra lunch, I'll sit there at the cafeteria. Like, so, and these little kids, like they're so smart. These are 3, 4, 5-year-olds. They'll be like, Mr. A, come sit with us. So I'll sit at the table with them in a little chair.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
We're eating there.
Just birth me out a kid at 3.
Yeah, no, they really are like.
Where they're just in telling her like, oh, you're my dad, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. There's some kids that call me dad. Like, they'll be like, but just because
that's cute, but like that would scare the fuck out of me. I'm like,
they're just used to seeing me, and it's just
and it makes sense from
like
some
you
of the
said,
situations
you're a
too.
father figure to them.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
You probably give them that vibe,
Yeah,
like you know.
No,
like,
yo, it can be. I'm not gonna lie, it can be kind of hard sometimes trying to discipline them, like you were saying, because it's like,
dude, because they're so smart.
Let me tell you, I'm the worst at disciplining. Oh
yo,
my god,
yeah, like from
like I can't even take myself serious. Like,
You start laughing, you're like,
nah,
Yeah.
bro, that's true, bro, because it's like with me especially, like I'm all privileged. I'm like the para, right? I'm not the like. A lot of times I'm like the assistant to the music. Like she teaches the lesson, so like a lot of times I'll be sitting joking around with them too. The funniest thing is like when they'll be taking naps. Like during nap time, if I'm in the room, there's always like 1 or 2 that don't fall asleep, and they'll be like over here like doing something, and I'll be bored. I don't stay on my phone, so I'll just go over to their cot and I'll be like. I'll be saying something ridiculous to them. They'll start laughing. And then there are times that the teacher who's in with them, like, hears them talking, and she yells at them. Yo, I instantly turn. I try so hard not to laugh. Or, like, when they'll be acting bad. When they'll be acting bad, it's like, they'll be doing, like, crazy dances. And it's like, even though they're being bad, I'm just like, yo, this is too funny right now. So it can be hard disciplining them because it's like they view me as their. I'm like, yo,
as a friend,
bro. It's like sometimes
buddy.
My first year working in the school is like being in 4th, 5th grade. I would get mad. And I'm not even a yeller or angry. I would get angry, but I would like pop off at some of them kids sometimes. Like yo, why are you like just going off?
I don't believe it.
No, it's true, bro. It happened 2 times. Yo, there were some badass kids, bro. I definitely popped off on them. Like yo, y'all are some assholes. Like just getting. I was just so angry, bro.
On some 5-year-olds?
No. These are like older kids.
Oh, okay. I still thought you were talking about the 5-year-old.
I can't yell.
Look at you, little shit.
Bro, I'm around these kids all the time. I remember one time I got mad because the one kid bit my finger. That actually got me angry.
That would piss me the fuck off. That's not even your child. I could see if it's your kid.
Ew, where's your mouth been, bro?
Right.
I can't even be mad at him though because they were. No,
I'm mad at him. I'm mad at him for you.
They were a set of twins, and I remember I had in the gym last year.
They both bite you?
No. There was like this, like they're obviously young kids, a lot of tears and stuff. There was like this little pink ball, and everyone, like there were like 3 or 4 different kids fighting for this pink ball. So like the one girl had it the whole time. So I was like, here, can someone else take a turn? So I took it from her, and then she started crying. And then her brother, who's her twin, saw her crying, and it's just like I respect that though, because it's like this shows that like they're being raised. Like, look out for her.
Yeah.
And he saw that I had the ball in my hand, so he just came up to me, just like didn't have anger in his face, but he just bit my hand. I was like, oh, I was like, yo, you don't bite my hand. So I yelled at him, and then he started crying the rest of the period, and I felt bad. But nah, like I can't yell at them kids, bro. But yeah, it's just
Bit your hand? I'm sorry.
Like my finger.
You bit your finger.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt too. My
How did you get your hand, bro?
Because I was sitting there, I was like, I didn't see him coming. I was sitting there talking. He just walked up and he's like, he just chomped on it. And I was like, ah.
I'm sorry. It would have been like a knee-jerk reaction to like SWAT, and I might have hit him by mistake, not on purpose.
But nah, man, it's so much fun. Like I will say, like looking back on Toys R Us and Loomis, and we can look back on those jobs and be like, man, that was fun. But this job is like, I'm actually having fun while I'm at work. You know, like. And that's very hard to find for a lot of people.
It is.
A lot
of people are miserable as hell.
Yeah, bro. They go through the motions or whatever.
They get like depressed because of their jobs.
But it's like I'm at the point where it's like I'm not a morning person. That's the one thing. But it's like I don't have a problem waking up early to hang out with them.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yeah,
I'm glad you found something.
So yeah, that's been cool to be able to do that and add that along with all the other stuff that I'm involved in creatively and all that. But yeah, that to me means a lot to be able to like have that relationship with them. It's crazy because sometimes I'll be seeing them outside. Like I also work at Target like part time during night times. Okay. I'll see the kids there sometimes with their parents, and it's like they go crazy when they see me. I'm like, well, what are you doing here? What you doing here?
It's
like,
so funny, like that contrast of like being a kid and seeing like your teacher outside of school.
Yeah,
that's
and being
so
like a teenager or an adult seeing your teacher outside of school. You're like, hey, get the fuck away from me. I don't want. Why are you a person?
Bro,
it's like you're a teacher.
I love the fact that though, like with younger kids, I will say this: it's not for everybody.
No,
like, there's a reason a lot of males aren't in elementary and all that.
It takes patience.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like there even some like their actual teachers. They see me like kind of the same thing. They don't. If I'm not in the room, they don't understand why the kids like react the way they do to me. But like once I'm in there with them, they're like, all right, like this dude actually cares about them. He's actually genuine with them. So it's just a warming feeling when you walk into a room. They treat me like I'm a celebrity. They're like, Mr. A. They always come and hug me.
You got a big ego.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. It definitely helps my ego out. I wish girls like that in real life.
I know I'm fucking around with you, like saying like you gotta be you, but like that's I can just tell that's actually genuine love though, because like kids. They don't know how to fake anything.
No, they're so honest.
So it's like that's why it's really nice
I
to
get roasted sometimes, bro. Like
so they don't fake when they roasting you.
They will make fun of you. They will be like, yo, you look weird. Like, what's up with that? Like, why are you wearing that shirt?
See, the thing is, I would roast a kid. That's the fun part.
But it's like they're very honest, and I could tell because it's like there are other teachers that come in and do not get that same reaction. Like they will shy away from.
They probably hate on you hard as hell behind closed doors.
Yo, there honestly there are some teachers is like they don't like have that same personality.
So are you kind of like one of the youngest teachers, and would you say the majority of your other teachers are, let's say, in the baby boomer generation?
Yeah,
so
honestly,
that's probably it.
Honestly speaking, though, but like
it can relate more to
when I started.
We're only like a generation removed from these kids, essentially. Well, kind of.
When I started, I was one of the youngest ones there, but it's like some teachers do this like straight from college, right? So you'll see like their early 20s,
22, 24.
But like I said, it's just different for me because I'm a male, I'm a minority, I'm a young Hispanic male. You know what I'm saying? You'll never see those people like look like me in elementary or preschools or whatever. So it's different, man. But yeah, I definitely got love for all my kids, all 300 of them. I have inside jokes with them.
Damn,
I ride for them. Like it's
dropping numbers.
So when you do have kids, you're gonna be a great dad. It's gonna come naturally.
So kind of what you were saying though, like I really thought, and kind of what Justin was saying, like I kind of thought I would have kids by now. Like it's crazy though, because it's like I think you could look at where all of us were at, like even 3 years ago, and we all had like I'm sure like plans as to how things would be like when we reach 2020.
Right.
And I know for me, like at the time I was in a relationship and I thought it was like that was gonna be the one, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be married. I thought I was gonna have at least one kid. I thought I was gonna have moved out and everything. And I was mentally preparing myself for it. It was kind of like, yo, if it happens, I'm ready. Like I know, like you said, you're never like all the way fully ready, but at least mentally, I was just like, man, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like let's go. And obviously that didn't happen. So it's like, kind of just being with them has also helped me out because I do want to have kids. And I want to have, like I've mentioned it before, I want to have at least three or four.
Yeah, I want
Four.
even me being
Wow.
even me having the experience that I had. Like I love kids. I love having kids.
Yeah.
It's just that I picked the wrong person to have it with. Have him with. Sorry.
But
have a kid with.
The thing is though, it's like life though. It's like everyone wants to follow a blueprint, right? Like there's certain things. It's like this what kind of like what you were saying.
Like
it's
I
like,
said,
that's
our
what
generation, we got shown a blueprint from our parents, and then it's kind of
we
like
have to like meet up to their expectations.
but the way that life has shifted, there isn't a such thing. Well, there isn't such a thing as like a definitive blueprint for any generation. For
they
that
throw
matter.
you, life throws you hella curveballs, and it's really just like how you handle it that determines your maturity level.
Yes,
and
sir.
How
Yes,
you go
sir.
about things. And it's kind of like we learn things as we make our own trail, we make our own blueprint and stuff. So
No, I see you being a dad probably sometime soon. Like, who knows? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Honestly speaking,
but
I feel like I do feel like the hardest.
Once lockdown's lifted, he's
mad. No, honestly, that's kind of what scares me though. Like, and I can see like people, no. I'm saying that like this is honest. Like in your situation, other people's situations, like everyone, like from a male perspective, right? Like if I have kids with the wrong girl, or it's like let's say things don't work out. Like, I never want to be just, like, a deadbeat, you know what I'm saying? If anything, and this is very rare because it never happens, but, like, if I, say, hypothetically, I were to have kids with a girl and it's, like, it doesn't work out and we're not on good terms or whatever, she's always going to have the kids, and I wouldn't want that. If anything, I would want custody. Like, I would want to, like, actually be there with the kids, and I don't even care. I know it's going to be hard and everything.
Yeah.
Would making it work be an option? Would making it work be an option?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't always...
Kids' mom?
I'm just saying, like, so, like, you're saying if it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I would. Your first option is always to try and make it work, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Duh. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lady was saying,
It just doesn't work sometimes.
you can't change people, bro. And it's like if something just isn't right, then it's like
It's not.
most likely. I mean, yeah, maybe things will change, but most likely things won't end up. They won't end up right. So
Yeah, the way that you want them to go.
The thing about making it work in that situation is you can't be the only person trying to make it work. Because I found myself doing that a lot.
By yourself.
Like, I would physically take my son to him. Like, I could count. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but, I'm just being, like I said, I'm an honest person. So, I could literally count on my hands how many times he came and seen my kid. And it's less than 5 times. Him coming to see my child. But want to be on social media. That's what I don't respect. I don't respect, like, somebody who's social media, like, driven. Like, bro, this is your life. This is your son's life.
And they're not taking responsibility.
But it just gets to the point where you get tired of that shit. Like, fuck that. Like, he knows who I am. So one day I'm sure he'll have a father figure. Like, honestly, my dad's like a father figure to him right now. So that's fine. My dad is like the dopest guy and like I ever encountered, because he's really a man's man. Like, he came here with my mom. He was 19 years old. My mom was older than him. My mom got pregnant, whatever. They established a whole life here. He left everything he had. Yes, it's in Puerto Rico. Yes, it's still technically part of the United States. But for him to really take, everything he had, sacrifice for his family, still to this day, sacrifice for his family. Like, you really don't see men like that these days. Like, you really don't. No. Especially in our generation. Like, they're all, majority is fuckboys. I'm not going to say everybody's a fuckboy.
But that's the truth.
But majority is a fuckboy.
That's the truth. So,
or, not to interrupt you and not to take away from females either, because, females are fuck girls too. Like, that's just really how it is. I don't want to be one-sided.
I do,
because I'm a female.
I appreciate that, because a lot of times you will, like, I was actually talking to one of my friends about this the other day. Like, you always, like, guys and girls, when you always, like, all right, so, like, you go on social media or whatever, right? Like Facebook, IG, or whatever. You see all these, like, quotations, and you see all these memes that are just, like, bashing dudes, and it's always, like, from a girl's perspective. And I think, like, dudes aren't really, like, how a lot of us are built is, like, we don't we don't react the same way to certain things. Like if it were to be a breakup between a guy and a girl, the girls would probably be more likely to, like I said, post a bunch of stuff than a dude would. Not saying the dudes don't. I'm just saying it's just like there's always two sides to the story.
Because females are more emotional.
It's never just like one yeah, there are situations where, you know, it is the dude's fault and he's messed up and everything. Mm-hmm. But there are also a lot of times where it could be a mutual thing, and there's times that the females can, be the ones that are like dishing out the heartbreak to the dude. But it's like the way perspectives are is like everyone always makes it seem like it's always the dude's fault. So I do appreciate you like trying to put both sides out there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there is like, it's like at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's always like it could go either way.
Yeah.
So I do respect
I can't sit here and say I was perfect. Like my prior relationships, like no way was I perfect. So in a lot of ways, I don't know, I believe in karma heavily. So in a lot of ways, like I kind of feel like this was supposed to happen to teach me a lesson, because I was too damn stubborn. I kept running into the same wall, doing the same things, and God was just like, all right, like you gotta learn, girl, you gotta learn. And I'm really appreciative of it, because like I said, literally after having a baby, I swear I changed into a whole different person. Like I'm still me, but
yeah.
My whole mentality just grew. My maturity just grew so much, and like things that used to matter to me, they don't matter. Like it's just crazy. Like people are really out here worried about the wrong shit, like things that are not you can't take with you. Like at least I have a son. At least I have somebody in this world who's gonna look up to me. And then, like I said, people be on social media dads and moms. You're so worried about people being like crazy about you on social media, but really what are you doing in real life? Because that's what matters. Like you have a kid looking up to you. Like what legacy because I remember y'all talking about legacy. What legacy are you gonna leave for your child?
Did we talk about
I heard about I think it was one of your podcasts I was listening to last night. I was a little bit tired.
That sounds like a Shades thing.
It sounds like I think it was him who said about leaving his legacy.
Yeah. I'm usually the dickhead, so like when it comes to like sentimental stuff, that's him.
I do think about that all the time though, because like you're saying,
it's like like at the end of the day, you're really only hurting yourself by not being present. So
you always, that's one thing, you have to be present.
It is
no
what
matter
it is,
what you do. And I mean,
I can't help that.
When you find yourself not being present, you know that situation is not right. Like,
right.
Whether it comes to your work life, your personal life, your creative life. Like if you find yourself just like not being honed in on what you're doing at that moment in time, it's probably not right. It's probably not right to be there. And then you just gotta cut it off or figure it out. Like if you actually do want to be there. I mean, if it wasn't like during this whole lockdown, if it wasn't for this podcast and then the video game plays that we do, and I felt like any type of way about like, fuck, I kind of want to do this right now, I would have stopped. But there was always a part of me, even when I felt at my lowest, about like, shit, like I don't feel like editing this video, or shit, I don't feel like, uploading this video right now. There would be this little thing in the back of my mind be like, the fuck are you doing? Like, no, you want to do this. Get over whatever you're feeling right now and just fucking do it. You're going to lose sleep. You're going to feel like shit in the next morning. But this is something that you've been wanting to do for so long. And I mean, and like I said, for those examples, a relationship, your work life, or whatever it may be, if you're not present at that moment in time, you might need to just leave it alone.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
For real.
Just drop the knowledge. For
Dropping
real.
facts.
Dude, I always do that. Come on, man.
But
I drop knowledge, you drop the emotions. I'm fucking
drops
with
the
you.
bars.
I'm fucking with you.
Bro, I drop hella knowledge.
He drops the bars.
People need to listen. I drop hella
There
knowledge.
you go. I drop knowledge, you drop bars.
Yeah.
Yep, there
You
you
wanna
go.
take that?
Dynamic duo.
I'm Batman.
What?
Yeah, bro, I'm Batman.
Fucking, I'm Iron Man. I don't give a fuck.
No, I feel you though. Yeah, this lockdown had me depressed as hell. Like in the very beginning,
everyone goes through like some form of depression, or has been going through some form of depression during this time, because it's just like being removed from society for this long. And I mean, I know it's not like we're removed from society, but from just social interactions for this long, it fucks with people. And I mean, especially with someone like me, where I call myself an antisocial extrovert, where I don't necessarily always want to like, I always like yearn to be around like big crowds or stuff like that. But when I am, I am a little bit extroverted, so like that's why I call myself. And it came from a Kendrick Lamar song, antisocial, because like I don't really care about being around people. But when I am around people, I am extroverted. Like I will be. You will be like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Like, because I'm very like vocal or whatever. But yeah, this past 3 months, almost 3 months now. Yeah, it's definitely been fucking with people.
I kind of see it though. It's like a mentality type of thing though. It's kind of like you can't. How I see it is like you can't control it. It's like how are you gonna make yourself better, or how are you gonna like, you know, handle it the best of your ability. Like how I like to view things, like even through crazy times or even through like negativity, you got to keep a positive mentality, because it's like that'll drain you, that'll bring you down with it if you just instantly fall into the mindset like oh man, like I can't go, instead of focusing on like, oh, I can't do this and this, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I respect everyone who has kind of taken the steps to improve themselves or work on things that they wanted to work on. Like, you know, take this time to slow down, you know, and just like get yourself right. Like even with this podcast, you know, he's had this idea for years, and it just never, like, it was either timing was off with me, timing was off with him. We didn't have like, you know, the equipment. Schedule. It was but it's like now it's like that things.
It was a now or never.
Yeah.
If I didn't do it now, this would never happen.
And now here we are. It's like, I remember like when we started episode 1, like at least for me, I was just like, damn man, this is gonna be like, this is a whole different avenue right here. Like, how's it gonna go? I know in my mind I was worried. I'm like, how's it gonna sound? Like, what if, even though like we're friends, we know each other for a while, it's like, what if we don't have the same chemistry on air?
Yeah.
What if like people like just don't like it? You have all these thoughts going through your mind, but it's like, I know for me and for him, it's like we give it our all for everything that we do. And now here we are, like 10, like we're still early on, but we're like 10 episodes in. Yeah. And it's like people are actually like digging what we have to say and what we're doing. It's just like, man, that right there gives you also motivation to want to keep on going too. Like if people are rocking with you and like we're personally feeling satisfied about it, it's like, yo, we gonna keep on going. But it's kind of like a mentality type of thing. Like even through the toughest times, if you stay focused and you stay like ambitious and you keep that positive mind frame, you know, you eventually gonna get through it.
Yeah, I'm happy you guys asked me to come on. I was hyped. Sure. I'm such a supporter of everybody that I believe in. Like I believe in you guys. I in a way grew up with you guys. Like,
yeah,
like you said, we haven't seen each other in so long, and it's not weird. It's the chemistry is there. Like it's not like, you know, like, who are you? Like, you have a whole different persona. It's the same. Everybody here is genuine, and I appreciate it. And I've been wanting to go on a podcast myself. Maybe not necessarily start one, but be on one, because I did this before, like, a few years back, and it was dope. I don't think it ever aired, but
really?
Yeah, it was dope. Just, it was called Around the Room Podcast, so it was just like whoever was in the room. It was a bunch of people, and we were all just talking about random stuff. It was pretty dope though, so I appreciate it. I love the creativity.
I actually have a question for you though. This is kind of like off topic of like what we've been like, just switch gears a little bit. When I was like giving you that whole intro, like you've been involved in a lot of things creatively. Has there been something that, like, what has been your favorite thing to be a part of? And also, like, I know like mom life has like slowed you down on certain things, but is there anything that like you'd want to get back into that you used to do before?
To be honest, I don't really want to say mom life slowed me down, because I realized like the only really reason why it slowed me down, yes, I had a kid and stuff at first, but I'm gonna just tell you guys, like, when I went to school, I was going to school before I found out I was pregnant. I actually started the day of that I found out I was pregnant.
Jeez.
So I was like, all right, either I could just, you know, I still have a chance to get out of this, or do I move forward and go forward? So I obviously decided to move forward, had the baby in June, went back right in July. It was no maternity leave, and this was all my decision, because I've always been the type of person, like, I need to grind, I need to be on my stuff. So I went right back, then I got graduated and everything. But yeah, I wouldn't say it necessarily slowed me down. I was also mentally not there. Like with myself, I lost a lot of confidence in myself. So to be doing all this stuff, like, I enjoy it. And the thing that I love the most is, I don't know, everything is so different. But of course, my whole makeup thing, like, that's the love of my life before anything. Like, that makes me feel just like appreciated. It just feels natural.
Right.
It just feels like you were saying about working with kids. That's your calling. That's, you know, your purpose. My purpose is that as well. Just making people feel good inside and out. Like, and the fact that I'm dabbling in dentistry as well. It kind of goes hand in hand with the whole cosmetic thing.
Right.
But I love helping people. Even like doing this, like this is dope to me. It's so simple. We're sitting down,
Just having conversation,
talking about bullshit, and to me, this is dope. I just love every aspect of being creative. That's what makes me happy. I can't really sit here and pinpoint like one exact thing, but if I had to, I would definitely say the whole makeup thing, because I have plans with that. That's not ending, just because I have a baby. And that's another thing. When I graduated, one of my teachers, she's like, I really admire you. I respect you a lot. And I was like, why? Like, to me, I don't, like I was saying, I put so much pressure on myself, so I don't view myself. I just view myself like I'm regular. I'm doing what I got to do.
Yep.
But she was like, no, like there's a lot of women who I physically seen that just, they got pregnant and they didn't ever come back. And that was it. And you stuck through it the whole time. Dealing with the things I was dealing with, being a single mom. At the time, yeah, he was around and stuff, but I was still a single mom, let's be honest. So then actually having the kid, going through the shit I went through, I know it's a lot of people who can't really bounce back from it. And I'm still dealing with it myself, but I feel like I'm at a way, way, way better place, like in just so many levels than I used to be. And I don't ever want to go back to that. And I do think art, being creative, doing makeup, doing stuff like this really helped me find my confidence back in myself. Because, for a while, that was out. That was gone. It was really depressing. And I do appreciate my son because he literally he's my light. Like, he's the reason why. Like, I'm still going. Like, like I said, I always had a mentality of let me grind, let me hustle, let me do what I got to do.
But that just put, like, even more of a battery in your back.
So it's like, that's what you're saying, like, motherhood actually was, like, a kind of like a light, a fire. Yeah, like a fire.
I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed that. So, and that's why I said earlier, me being the age that I am, or that I was when I had him, I wouldn't, even though I planned everything out, I wouldn't choose any other age to have my child. Like, he came right when he was supposed to.
Exactly.
Because I don't feel like I would have processed a lot of things had I had him earlier in my life.
Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Things come when they come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great to hear, though, that like, you got your confidence back after all that, though, because it's like,
thank you.
Like, as
this was a motivator.
Yeah, no, for real though. And it's like, I mean, we've been, even though it's like the first time we've seen each other in person in like years though.
Right.
Like, I've been telling you, like, on IG, like, that is inspiring to me. Like, all three of us in these rooms are creatives, right? We take pride in our work. We take pride in what we do. And I know for me, like, that's what helps me draw inspiration. Like, I know I'm not doing it on a huge platform, but it's like, even just like writing a rap and putting a freestyle out, or even like going to give a performance or whatever, like at Voices in Power on the open mic, or designing things, drawing things. Like, it may not be on the grand scale, but like, I know that I have a talent. Like, everyone has to feel confident in themselves. 'Cause I feel like if you're not feeling confident in your own work, then no one else is going to feel confident in you. Like, you need to feel that within first and then put it out there. But like, with my stuff, it's like, there are times where I'll fall back and I don't write anything. I'm not, and I look at like something that you're doing, or I'll look at like one of my other friends. I'll be like, all right, man, like, I got to get back on my grind. Mm-hmm. So that's always like, it's been inspirational. I've always admired the fact that you've been involved with so many things creatively, and I can tell you that to your face, because I feel like, like that's one thing I'm trying to do a better job at, because it's like, through amidst of all the tragedy and stuff that goes on, I feel like people always wait to like give each other their props and their flowers and all that stuff,
or when they're not
like
here
the phrase
anymore.
So
right.
I've been trying to do a better job with that. So just like, since you're here right now, what I'm saying, like, I have always admired that, like, whether it's been like you acting in like one of your skits, or putting something out, like a YouTube video or whatever, even though like that's not like you're doing makeup, all that's not my lane, but
You've
it's
been
still
doing it
like
for a minute.
Yeah, it's still like a respectable
you've been
thing.
doing it though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you've been doing it.
It's been years at this point, like, what I'm saying, whether it be modeling, whether it be hosting an event, whatever it may be. I'm like, damn, she's really doing her thing, and that kind of like boosts me up too. I'm like, all right, get back on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, get back on your grind.
Thank you.
You and some of my other friends.
Sweet.
It's like, that right there is like what inspires me sometimes to like give you that motivation to go forward. So I'm glad
I
to hear
love
that,
it. I
that
love
you're
being
back.
creative.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Doing stuff
thank you.
again. You're in a good place.
Yeah, I was dealing with somebody who just like absolutely wanted to see me. Still, I'm not gonna lie either about that. Like they still don't want to see me win, and they still don't want to see me good. And I'm the type of person, I'm genuine. Like, how can I help you? How can I help you get to a better level? How can we help each other? And to have that and not have that support and it come from the same source, you know what I mean? Like it all comes from the same source. That fucked me up a lot. So I appreciate like the art. I appreciate being creative. It helped me a lot, and it's just what I love to do, and it just makes sense to me. I don't have to think twice about it. It doesn't feel like work to me. Like even me working at my job I work at now, that like yeah, of course we got to do stuff that like requires labor, and yeah, of course you get frustrated. I feel like that's everywhere. Everybody gets frustrated, but I help people. Like I love that. It's just I don't know. I have a kid now. It's like it's no turning back. I have no choice. And especially, I'm the one who's mainly providing for my son, so he needs somebody to look up to who has a solid foundation. And I feel like that's like he's looking up to me. I have to meet an expectation already on top of the expectations that our parents have for us.
Yeah.
Like my dad told me one time, and I'll never forget, he's like, just make me proud whatever you do. Just make me proud. Be the best at whatever you do. Just go hard, be the best at it. So it's like, damn, I gotta live up to that. And I gotta live up to really doing for my son, but it's not impossible. So don't feel bad that you don't have a kid yet or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
just life takes you where it takes you.
I didn't know, like I said, I was this person. In a way, I'm glad this happened a lot also because I was always the person that fantasized about a lot of shit. Like, it wasn't realistic.
We all do.
And this shit just hit me like, okay, now this is reality. This is what it is. So I'm very humbled by everything, the whole experience. And I appreciate you telling me that because I criticize myself a lot, actually. I don't give myself enough credit. But I appreciate it. When you were running stuff down, that's why I'm like, yo, like.
Did I do that?
I really did all that shit.
Like, fuck.
You gotta remind people of the resume sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I know you did some digging though.
bro, I'm telling you, you make me sound like a creep right now. Like
We already had an episode.
Yeah,
of
we
how
already
big
had
of a
that
creep,
episode,
but
but-
you are so.
nah.
I didn't listen to that one yet.
What?
Yeah, don't listen to it. Don't listen to that one. Listen to everything
His
else.
tier 3 creep level, bro. You got to hear that. I think I put myself at what tier
4.
if I was to actually judge myself, tier 4. Yeah, because tier 5 was the lowest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was to be a creep, I was like, yeah, maybe tier 4. If I was to be a creep.
I mean, I belong in tier 4. They placed me in tier 3 unjustly.
Nah, you tier 3, son. It makes sense. It all makes sense when you listen to it too. But oh my god, man. But did you have anything else? I mean, as we begin to wrap it up, but did you have anything else that you want to ask him, me?
Not really. I'm proud of both of you. Like,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
seriously, I am.
Thank you. I do this. I do it all. He doesn't do shit. He shows up at my door, sits on this fucking couch.
Bro, I'm an important
and
part of this podcast.
And then fucking gets mad when the audio isn't right. Like, motherfucker, I do it.
Bro, they need to hear my voice, man.
They can hear your voice. No one's complaining.
He
Scott
blesses
makes-
the ears.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
no.
tight.
I do.
gonna get
I
in
do. Yo, I'm about to have that tattooed. blessing people's
Stop,
ears.
don't talk about
I'm about to put that on people's
Don't talk about tattoos.
That's what I think about
I know
next.
you ain't gonna get it.
That's
No,
about to be my
I'm
next
proud of you
caption.
both.
I know you're not gonna
Blessing
get it.
Just from
people's ears.
us coming to, I mean, you guys, I think we're both in college when I met you both, and I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck. I was probably doing something like, oh, he's like, I think I just came from beauty school where I was in beauty school,
Yeah.
so we were all doing our thing.
Yeah.
And just for us to be at this age and not bum ass people, and you got your own crib. This shit is beautiful. Not to call it shit, but
No.
to me, it's gorgeous. Like what?
No.
So
I mean,
it's
Shades
really,
is a bum,
It's
though.
really nice. He enjoys his job. That's,
Yeah, at least you're
that's
passionate
great.
about that. I'm fucking losing passion for my shit,
That's
bro.
great.
I'm about to be out.
But
I don't even care.
yeah, I'm just really happy for all of us. Like we're all out here doing our thing. Like
I can definitely say
everybody.
I'm definitely happy to see where you are right now.
Yeah.
Like, especially from like some of the BS that you went through in the past
Yeah.
year, and that you're still just on the other side, being like, nah, I'm good. Like,
Right, you have
You're still
to be.
pushing
I had
through.
to learn. That
Yeah.
shit was hard, but I had to learn.
oh, I can only imagine how hard that was.
It's
I mean,
still
because
hard, like I said.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, and I know it's like something that's just gonna be an ongoing battle, but like from where I see you right now, it's just like
Mm-hmm.
you're already like, nah, I'm good. Like you're gonna keep moving forward, keep
Yeah.
pushing through it.
Yeah,
But yeah, but nothing else.
that's it.
Nothing else.
Anything you want to plug?
Oh well, yeah, definitely plug whatever you need to. I'll throw everything that she's gonna plug in the description.
Oh, like as far as shouting
anything,
stuff out, whatever.
anything.
Yeah, and anything you got going on, your YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying?
So,
anything, just now's your platforms.
I fell off the YouTube thing, God, since like 2016. See,
that's what I said. You were doing it for a minute.
I was doing it, and I fell off because
life
just happened.
As it is, life.
And so I went back on because of the quarantine. So the quarantine really helped. I feel like it helped a lot of people.
It's pushing a lot of people's creativity.
For sure. So I am on YouTube, Lady Jeanice, my first and middle name. And what else? My Instagram page, Makeup by Miss Lady, MISSLADY. I have Lashes by Lady, which is my public page. I'm going to actually start selling lashes. I'm just gonna like release that here.
I'll plug all that. I'll plug it all.
I'm gonna start selling lashes very, very soon. So definitely be on the lookout, and it's not gonna be your average lashes. And I'm very much putting a lot of time into the packaging of it.
You're gonna make you look exotic.
So yes, exotic.
I don't know. I'm just saying whatever to hype it up. Mister, I'm hype man. Ain't saying shit. He's lost for words.
Bro,
right
I'm waiting.
He's lost for words right now. I'm doing
yeah,
it.
bro. Bro. It's so the idea.
Well, speaking of exotic, it's something exotic about it, but you guys will stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna drop everything, but it's a lot of my personality into it. So there's that. As far as anything else, I mean, maybe you'll see me. It sounds weird, but maybe you'll see me working in your mouth. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's a sound clip right there. That's an audio clip right
Coming
there.
soon.
I'm not even good.
That whole thing.
I had a joke earlier. I have a joke now, but I'm just
ahead, say what you gotta
let me be.
It's too easy.
You gonna find me in your mouth.
Maybe you'll find me working in your mouth. Who knows?
Ooh, that's a bar.
Who knows? Your face or your mouth? Who knows?
You just made it worse.
That's a bar.
I said it on purpose.
Find me
Right.
in your face, in your mouth.
This is
She's made
what
a hook
is
to
it?
a
PG
song.
PG-13.
It can be whatever.
I
Really,
think I said fuck in like the first 5 seconds of it. I don't care.
the content changes
Let's
like
go
from
back
time to
to
time.
PG-13. Oh, PG. I'm sorry.
Dude, I
'cause,
mark this
I have a
episode
kid,
whenever
so-
I upload these episodes. It's
playing.
marked as
What?
explicit.
What would it be marked as? Would our podcast be
Explicit.
PG-13?
No, not at all.
You would think it's rated R. I feel like our content isn't that bad.
Dude. So if we go by like movie ratings, like why they're
We're
rated-
PG-13.
If you go by movie ratings, listen, rated R or PG-13, I believe you're allowed like one fuck.
Outside of
Like
the
you're allowed to
curses,
say
though.
fuck like one.
I'm talking
time.
about like content wise.
R, dude.
Bro, this is PG-13.
I say fuck all the time.
I'm saying outside.
I literally just said it like
Bro,
3
I'm
times.
saying
in the
outside.
third
like-
second.
I'm saying
I
outside
curse a lot
of
as
take
well.
out the language, like
PG-13?
outside of just as far as our content goes. Content.
Maybe.
I think it's universal.
Sure.
That's PG-13.
Because I mean, yeah, it's like music and like reminiscing and like
Just
other
conversation.
stuff.
Life stories.
But yeah, sure. But
we
like
don't really get rated R.
Sometimes those life stories are horrible. I've only told one horrible life story so far.
I feel like that's probably a rated
I'll
R.
probably tell more later. So I'm gonna ask, what's your vibe of the week?
Oh damn, he's not going into
So
that.
he's pleading the fifth right now, so I'm assuming.
your vibe of the week.
Yeah.
So we
Vibe
like
of
to
the week.
wrap up episodes with vibe of the week.
What's that? A song that's been in my head?
It could be a song.
A
it could
song
be
that's
a
like
CD,
put you in-
a song, album, artist.
Yeah, anything that's put you in like you heard it come on, like when you hear it come on, you're like damn, and then like you replayed it or like you just replayed it throughout the week, and it just put you in like a certain vibe, like that day or throughout the week, whatever. So I mean,
vibe,
you
mood
can search. I got mine. For
I
this
got
week.
one.
I'm
I
gonna
actually got-
search
I gotta
real
go.
I love
quick.
you like to tell stories, man.
Bro.
All right, man. All right, I'm gonna tell mine because I know mine is quick.
Okay.
It's different too because I know you're probably some R&B shit.
Bro, mine. Yo, you gonna? All right, I'm gonna
it's
come
R&B
through.
or hip hop.
I'm gonna come through with this
It's
one.
50-50.
I'm gonna come through.
With me,
Go ahead.
it's-
Go ahead.
Mine is Harry Styles, bro.
Now
Harry
it's
Styles.
completely left.
Harry Styles and his last album called The Fine Line, but the specific track that like just put me in a good mood. It's like a summer vibe. It's called Watermelon Sugar.
I might
And
check that out.
Ooh,
fuck, bro, like
makes
that.
me wanna eat some
He
watermelon.
he embodies like the 70s 80s sound with his solo career, and it's fucking beautiful. And like he just released a music video to it a few days ago. Yes, but Harry Styles, Watermelon Sugar. Listen to the album. I believe it's called Fine Line or Golden. It's Golden or Fine Line, one of the two. But yes, Harry Styles. Yes, from One Direction. But
All right, so
his solo career is fucking dope.
all right, so I know you clown me all the time for not listening to current music.
You don't.
But I got something
He's a
from 20.
He doesn't. He hasn't listened to
Ross
anything.
with that
He
shit.
hasn't listened to anything in 2020, bro.
No, bro,
It's
all right,
crazy.
So my vibe of the week actually comes from an independent local artist, 2020. I shout out Pensalkin all the time. There's a dude.
It doesn't matter.
bro. No, listen.
Not that this artist doesn't matter, but it doesn't.
No,
I don't
listen.
care.
For real, for real.
All right,
I don't know this guy. I don't know this dude personally.
All right.
Like his manager
He's
is one of
so
my
loyal
boys
to
though.
damn Pensacola.
Nah, it's a dude named Frankie Hill.
Yeah, you told me.
Up-
I feel like I heard of him.
Up and coming rapper from Pensalkin. He actually opened up for YBN Corday when he
Got
was
it.
in Philly. No, it's factual, bro.
Did I say you were lying?
But look, he just his album just got tweeted out by Ebro from Hot 97. He just put out like this 5-track EP called Self.
Vibe of the week, please.
Really good. Just the whole album, man. Check out my man Frankie Hill.
Oh, his whole album. That's your vibe of the week.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Frankie Hill Self.
Frankie
Shout out
Hill.
Pensalkin.
Okay. Lady, your vibe of the week.
I found a lot of good music on TikTok, surprisingly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we were just talking about this
I'm
the
about to
other
cut
day.
you off now. I can't stand that
Okay,
platform.
Yo, plug
Bye.
your TikTok. Plug your TikTok.
You have a TikTok too, right?
No, I don't want to plug my TikTok. That's embarrassing. But it's my name, Lady Jeanice _ whatever.
I'll throw it in there, man.
All right, so it's called Party Girl by Stay Solid Rocky. I've never heard of
Stay
this
Solid
artist,
Rocky.
but apparently it
That's a
came
dope
out.
name.
It came out in 2020. So
There you
why
go,
I like
2020
it?
music.
Why I like it is because it reminds me of back in the day when I used to party and not give a fuck. So that's why I like it, and it's a good vibe.
It's good. Is it a
It's
banger
a
or
dope vibe.
is it a banger
To
or like
me,
mellow?
it's a banger. I mean, it's on the top trending, so a lot of people must be fucking with it.
on TikTok?
On TikTok.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
I don't hate on TikTok.
I hate on TikTok 100%. I'll hate on it as a boomer, a millennial. I don't give a fuck. I hate that platform.
Man, I was just bored, and TikTok was just there. So, and then
Yeah.
I found
Quarantine got
out.
people bored, bro.
I found out that shit's been out for years. So it was like, really,
Like 2 years or
why is
something.
everybody hyping this shit up now?
Because
But whatever.
China pushed it.
Yeah, and it's not good. Okay, this is coming from somebody who has an account, but I read that it's not really good for you to have that. People could hack into your shit. but-
TikTok?
Yet I still have a TikTok. Yeah. I mean, I
the
feel like that's
platform
with
is
everything
probably-
though.
no,
Honestly.
yeah, for anything.
So
Your
we're
platform's-
already screwed. So I mean, it is what it is.
I'm about to make a TikTok.
But yeah, Party Girl, check it out. You know, get some drinks in your system, whatever.
I mean, I know I do.
Yeah, this was like me in 2015, God, I don't even remember. I just used to party all the time.
I was like, wait, I know
2012,
that.
2013, 2014,
I was like, I know that lady.
2016.
I remember that lady.
Yeah, me and Justin used to party. Can I shout out Princey? Because I miss him, man. He was the sweetest.
Dude, everyone misses Quincy, bro.
That dude is a mythological
It was
creature.
this-
That dude, he's been quarantining before quarantine, dude. Like,
His whole life is quarantine.
yeah.
Oh, he was the sweetest boy, man,
Yeah.
I swear. Or man,
He's
sorry.
he's one.
I'm not trying to downplay him.
Sweetest boy, man. I'm sorry.
No,
No, yeah, shout out
he was a
Princey,
dope
man.
person.
Shout out
Shout out
Princey.
Princey.
Yeah, if Princey ever got on this podcast, it'd be really quiet, though.
Yeah, he was real shy.
Yo, if you listen to this, Princey, come on. Get on here.
Man.
We need you on the pod. We need your perspectives.
We
Open
need-
my gift in Pokemon Go. You've left me hanging for a
You
good
really,
year.
dude, he hasn't. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm not even going there. Man.
Bro,
So you left me hanging.
bro, we
So
were
you
we're,
feel type of way.
bro, we were 12 days away from becoming best friends in the game, and he just stopped opening my gifts.
Tito.
Why are you so salty over that? Right now?
Because, bro, I dedicated a lot of time to
I
that
pride
game.
myself over that fucking
He rapped it
XP,
and
bro.
everything. What you mean? Like, he got some Toys R Us rapper on that.
Yeah.
Like Toys R Us rapper? What?
Yeah, the rap. Remember, we used to have gift wrap.
Oh, I thought there was a Toys R Us.
He's out here dropping
rapper.
bars, bro.
I was like, there's.
I am the
rap-
Toys R Us rapper. If there was
Oh,
one, it would definitely be
go
me.
away.
It would definitely be me.
No, it would be
No.
Matt.
You say Matt?
Yo, I did remember he dropped a 4-bar one time, bro. I inspired him
Wait,
to.
Matt-
I still have. Yo, I still. I was
Yo,
just
he
looking
told
at
me
that
he was,
video. The
he
other
told
day.
me he was going to do it too.
Matt.
He did it. I filmed it for
Maintenance?
him. Nah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Maintenance Matt.
Maintenance,
I
yeah.
just remembered
I called
that.
him maintenance. Yeah.
I do remember
That's
that
my people's
because
though. I love him.
this is back like in the day when before they were full length freestyles and they were just 4-bar Fridays. I remember he's like, yo, Zero, man, I'm gonna come through with a 4-bar of my own. And I remember he wrote the rap down on a paper. I didn't think he was actually going to do
Okay.
it. And I remember he showed up. He's like, "Yo, this is what I'm gonna spit." And I remember I filmed the video for him, and yeah, he put it out, bro. Yo, you know, I completely forgot about that. Yo, shout out Matt, bro.
Yeah, for real.
I'm still the Toys R Us rapper
We
though.
miss you. I did do it for Bar Friday. I can't take your face serious, but yeah, I was actually looking at that video the other day, and I was gonna send you,
You
it.
did a 4-bar Friday?
Yeah,
You
I
so-
said
did you
something.
did you release it?
I just got an IC.
Did you release it?
Yeah, did that come
Did you
out?
release it? Please
I
don't.
did not release that shit.
Yeah,
It's
I'll-
you still
embarrassing.
have it.
Yo, if you
Yes.
remember it, can you say it on
Oh
air
my
right
God.
now?
No.
Can you say it on
You know,
air?
we don't have to
I don't
embarrass
really
it. It's
remember
fine.
it like bar
That's
by
probably
bar.
No,
dope.
but
we need to see it off air. To that much.
this is when we used to do the ICs, and I think I said I got an IC something for Bar Friday in this bitch. Whatever. He was pushing my car.
I remember that video. I do remember that. I do remember
He's
that.
like, yo, he was hyping me up in the background. Yo.
I do
I
remember
said,
that.
for Bar Friday in this bitch. And then he was pushing my car. I don't know why I was in a car and you were pushing me, but hey, that's what happened. I was hyped. I got an IC, and I remember I used to get ice cream.
Yeah, I know. That was like the,
Yo,
That was
I
my
see
shit.
that
or
was
an
the
IC.
treat for the cashier. You get ice, you get ice cream. Like, fuck off, dude.
Yo, they had Toys R Us had bars, bro. Bars.
ice cream bars
IC for
Literally.
IC. Psh,
for ice cream.
IC for IC. Ice cream is IC, and you get an ICs for ICs.
Don't try to get like literate on me,
bro.
bro.
Psh, psh, psh. Brr, brr, brr.
Mind blown emoji.
I still need to see that video if you have it. Oh my god. You have it, don't you? That's why you're being
I
all
do have
dismissive about it.
it,
Yeah, we're gonna see it later.
I do have it.
But are you gonna play it? Oh, okay. But all right. Wow, I didn't realize it's been this much.
What are we at?
How long have we been on here for? Like 3 hours?
1 hour and 40.
I'm playing. It feels like for
It's only-
everybody went by so quick.
It's only been an hour and 40. But no, yeah, this has been really fun. I'm glad that you were finally able to make it.
Thank you.
This been in the works for a little minute.
Yeah,
so
more than
Yes.
welcome to come back.
Yeah.
Whenever.
anytime you
I'll
feel
be
like coming
here
through, you know
as
what
soon
I'm
as I
saying?
can be here.
Yeah.
Whenever my son is, that situation is settled out,
Yeah.
I'll
See,
be back here, and I won't be in a rush. I'll have all day.
Are
See,
you good?
over here at the PTV studios, we don't have guests.
Get a
we
little
have
lit.
we
I
have
don't know
friends.
if y'all ready for that.
We have friends, bro. We can bring our it's not just one time appearances. We have friends over here. We're in a welcoming environment, bro. Past the Vibe Studios.
All right, Reese's Pieces, man. All right, man.
Junior Mint, man, come on.
Reese's Pieces. So,
Damn, you could at least give me Reese's cups.
rapping. No.
Yo, what?
No.
Yes.
I'm going to call you Reese's. How about mini Reese's? How about that?
Yo, watch your mouth. Don't you ever disrespect the Junior
Mini
Mint, bro.
Reese's. That's what you are.
Don't you ever disrespect
Fucking
the
Halloween candy treat
Don't
over there.
disrespect Mother Goose.
Don't disrespect Mother Goose, bro.
I was cracking up when I heard that.
I'll drop some goose shit on your car, bro.
You're fucking. What? Yo, drop some. All right, with that, yeah, I'm wrapping that up.
Goose shit.
Oh my god. It's been fun. But thank you again.
You're welcome,
But it's been your man J Rod.
It's been your man, Junior Mint,
It's been Lady Jeanice.
and we
It's been
are
Lady.
signing out. Hope y'all stay safe.
Stay safe.
Deuces.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all.